What's not right about this picture?
That's not Ric Flair. Anywho, all right. So, hey guys. So, yeah, we're live on Twitch once again. Mostly because I gotta do something real quick. There we go. This is going to be brought over from Twitch to YouTube, and I'm also going to add some edits into it as well in the process. But we wanted to do this tonight, talk with Nick, because Nick has been
recently
to
Six Flags Over Texas.
Yes. And so, as you know, if you go over on our YouTube channel and whatnot, we always talk about theme parks and arcades and all that stuff. Well, of course, Six Flags Over Texas, something that Havoc and I have never done, but this man has. So, just recently?
Within the last month?
Yeah.
At some point? Beginning of June, I think?
He got to travel out to Texas, travel out to Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
And you went a whole day with your brother.
Yeah, we went on that Sunday I was there, and of course we picked the absolute hottest day. The heat index that day was 105.
Oof, no thank you.
With Texas humidity.
It's a dry humidity, Nick. Clear!
Yeah. Needless to say, I drank six water bottles while we were there.
And we're not talking like 20 ounces. We're talking liters.
Yeah, they were about
20 ounces?
24 ounces or something like that. And 2 Gatorades.
Anything to keep hydrated in that heat, man.
We walked over 6 miles that day, I know, because Steven was...
Tracking?
He was tracking. He's like, yeah, we walked over 6 miles. I was like, I believe it.
So, what was the one... Well, and we've been talking about this because we wanted to try and figure out how to map out this entire particular vlog was. And it kind of sucks because I was hoping... You know, we had talked about you doing, like, videos from there, but it just never happened.
Once we got there, we were so on the go that it just wasn't feasible for us to do that. I didn't even take many pictures while we were there, so... And
that's one thing that will be edited into this is the some stock footage.
At least pictures or stock footage.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the list.
And trying to remember everything.
Yeah. I want to say they had...
It was all a blur, Mommy.
Pretty much.
Well, when you're dealing with 105 heat index temperatures in Texas heat.
And the heat actually did affect one of my experiences on one of the roller coasters. One of the very last one we did. Because my brother was like, I thought it was really good. And at that point, I was close to the... needing medical attention point.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Nick was in apple-dabble mode.
Yeah, so... And unfortunately, that was the Texas Giant, which is one of their big attractions.
Yeah, which... Texas Giant's the big wooden coaster, if I remember correctly.
It is the big wooden hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of what Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point's turned into? Okay.
So the new Texas Giant was actually the very first one they did.
Okay.
Because of that, it doesn't have any inversions in it or anything like that.
Okay.
But it really didn't need it. It was, even in my state, I mean, it was still a good ride. I know that had I been feeling better, I would have liked it a lot more.
Right.
I want to say they have 13 roller coasters altogether, but 2 of them are kiddie roller coasters.
Okay.
I think we somehow managed to get on that one. Because they have, like, a Runaway Mine Train, a junior Runaway Mine Train, and something else. And we rode both the mine trains. They were nothing to
write home about.
But, so the very first one we did was called the Joker. And really hoping you can put some stock footage.
Oh, I'm going to, because the one he was telling me about this earlier, and just, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you sit in these bucket seats, and you start to go into the chain lift. Now, mind you, it's a vertical lift. Now, granted, we decided to do this one very first thing in the morning. So we get in the seats, we start going, we get to where it starts to go up the hill, and it stops. And we're sitting there. And we're sitting there. And we keep sitting there for about 10 minutes or so.
Oh boy.
And finally, they're like, they kind of like, "You okay? Yeah, are we still going to get to ride?" He's like, "Yeah, just give us a minute." Okay. So they get it fixed and everything, whatever is going on with it. We go up, and it was a very interesting ride. Like I knew ahead of time that the seats spun as you went. What I did not realize was as you're going up the hill, technically the lip of the hill goes backwards. So you're going up and you go back, and of course your seat is already rocking. And at one point we were going backwards and we were getting ready to come down and go back this way. As we were going over the hill, our seats were like, "Ha, we're just gonna spin even faster." I got a couple G's on that.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
just him saying backwards.
You believe you like your stomach where it is, but you know what? We like it in your throat better.
yeah, pretty much. That was just one of those things that we were like, oh, that happened. Okay. So we got off that one. It was, gave ourselves a minute to kind of calm down and be like, okay.
Bring everything back together again.
Right. So, yeah, if you don't mind, I got my phone out because I'm looking at a list of the rides just so I can remember everything. So, let's see. I think after that, the one roller coaster we didn't ride was Batman the Ride. Basically because my home park is Six Flags over Georgia, and they have the exact same roller coaster. So I was like,
been there, done that, all good to go.
Right. And one thing that we noticed, and this will come up later,
Steve, that one's down to one bar.
One issue they had the entire day with a bunch of different roller coasters was that the heat was getting so bad that the tracks were overheating.
Oh, yeah.
And so bunch of different... Joker was one that kept going down. Batman kept going down. Mr. Freeze kept going down. Texas Giant kept going down. I think at one point Titan went down. So it was... We had their version of Fast Pass or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'm really thankful we did because they had it set up to where if a ride was down, it would tell you that it's down, wouldn't,
Yeah.
Because without that, we'd been going to rides, walking all over the place. So
you're able to track it and see what was up and running, and
right.
if it was some was down, just go somewhere else.
We did a lot of rides through that. Had we not gotten that, we would not have gotten as much done.
Yeah, cause I'm sure it was with it being a Sunday, it was actually probably a really busy day.
Yes and no.
Kind of a half and half kind of thing.
So, but, let's see. One ride we did do was let me find the actual name of it. It was a dark ride. It was kind of like, we didn't do that one. The Harley Quinn ride wasn't open when we were there yet.
Oh.
So.
Some of the coasters I've started to see pop up at Six Flags have been pretty intense.
Okay, so the Justice League Battle for Metropolis. It was like it was a nice little dark ride that, followed the DC comics and stuff. A nice break out of the heat because it was the line and everything was indoors.
Oh, that works.
Yeah. So
I'm sure that was very popular that day.
It was a 3D ride too. So,
ooh, okay.
So that was fun. That was the only. Well, that was one of the two rides we did, we rode the train too, but that was just to kill time. But,
yeah.
As far as rides, that was one of the two that we did that were not roller coasters.
Okay.
The other one being the It's like Aquaman Splashdown. And it was just basically big boat, go up the hill, turn, go down the hill.
And get wet.
Oh, we got soaked.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because and this is one thing I noticed, most of those type of rides, when they go down and everything, they go and they just go like that. This one, when it went down, when it hit the bottom, it almost stopped. Like it slowed down. So all the water came down.
Comes back. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
My favorite kind of wet ride.
Yeah.
We guarantee you will get wet on this ride.
And one thing that I liked that they had about it, so you had, the exit, you had to go back over the track,
Yeah,
the bridge.
Where you
But
can stand and get soaked again.
once you got to getting back into the park, they had a turnstile, to where if you rode the ride, you could stand there and get wet, but you couldn't get into the exit without you couldn't go and get soaked without riding the ride.
Gotcha.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, that's something I noticed with Cedar Point that I think they just recently started doing was they kept people from getting up on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you think about it, why ride the ride if all you need to do is go up on the bridge and get...
Right, because I
Obliterate.
want to say we used the fast pass thing for it, but I want to say it was a 45-minute wait or something like that.
Wow.
For the ride. I mean, that kind of heat. I'm surprised it wasn't more. Let's see.
If you hear random golf sounds in the background, it's Havoc playing his golf game.
Oh, is that the one you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, the one that's just like Hot Shots Golf that was on the PS3, and now it's called Everybody's Golf. So.
Okay. Let's see, another one. Don't remember this ride. Did I do that one? No, I did not. There was a few rides that we saw that were, I guess, best way I can describe them is glorified carnival rides.
like Six Flags.
Yeah, Six Flags is part of it. They did have a nice kids area, devoted completely to Looney Tunes.
Oh, okay.
Bugs Bunny and
See, and that's part of the reason why I want to eventually go to Six Flags, because close to Six Flags to us is Six Flags over Chicago.
right.
So that's an
That's a
eventual.
decent one.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since I've been to that one, but I was.
Actually, is there Six Flags in Ohio?
That's what Geauga Lake used to be.
Oh, yeah. So maybe that one.
Yeah.
Because I know we got to watching Glee earlier today. I know they went to Six Flags, so.
Right.
They went to Magic Mountain.
Well, duh, because it was filmed in Hollywood, but.
Yeah. Magic Mountain's nice too.
Yeah.
Nick,
Nick, we figured this out recently. You've been to.
if you're not counting water parks, I've been to 17 theme parks. If
Okay.
you're counting water parks, it's over 20.
Yeah. So he's been to quite a few.
Yeah. I went down to, I think now it's called Six Flags New Orleans, but when I was there, it was before they had taken over.
Okay.
So I don't know how it's like now, but I kind of want to go back just to see.
Just to see.
Yeah. Let's see here. So, okay, didn't do Batman.
I mean, you rode a lot of rides.
Yeah.
And you said Fast Pass is definitely probably something that people would want to
yeah.
get, especially in that Texas heat.
I'm honestly beginning to believe just anywhere at all.
Right.
If you can afford to do Fast Pass or, anything like that, do it.
Yep. Because while we were at Six Flags, my brother was telling me about a time that him and his friends were at Cedar Point, and they went one day. I think he said they were there from 9 to 2 and rode 3 rides.
Yeah.
Because of the
And
lines.
we've been there from 10 to 2 with Fast Pass, and I lost count how many rides we went on.
Right.
And see, it's really weird with me. I love the idea of the Fast Pass. What I don't, it's just some people take way too much advantage of said Fast Passes.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that gets lost with, people who've been waiting in line for what feels like hours on end, and like some of the parks just they go overabundant with the fast passes sometimes.
Right. See, another one we did was Judge Roy's Scream, and this one wasn't on the Fast Pass list.
Okay.
You couldn't reserve it. What's really neat about this one was, first it took us forever to find the entrance because you go under the roadway and go to another section. It has like its own section of the park.
Wow.
I think the picture your friend posted, or the 360-degree picture,
Oh, okay.
I think that was of Judge Roy Scream.
Okay.
It's just a classic wooden coaster. I think it's an out and back coaster. Nice airtime. Nothing. I mean, it's rough because it's a wooden coaster, but it's not too rough.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see. Then another one. I'm just going down their list here. Okay. They had one called, I think it's called La Vibera.
Okay.
It's
See.
La Vibera.
La Vapora. I think that's what it looks like at least. My Spanish is a little rusty, so.
Well, it's the bobsled coaster.
Okay.
I was like, I really want to ride that one. That one looks very, very interesting. I don't know that I'll ride another one like it. After riding said coaster, I don't know that I want to ride another one like it.
Okay.
It was very rough. The way you're going, it slings you around a lot.
Okay.
And any time that there's a brake section,
Yeah.
like you just bang into it,
Oh.
and you're like going back.
Yeah, because you're free roaming.
Right, you're free
so-
roaming. So and there was a couple times that I legit thought that we were going to go up and turn over, because it was just
You just had the speed going. So.
right. So that one, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one. I don't know. Then there was Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast, so originally this coaster shot out forward.
Okay.
They did that for so long, and then they're like, hey, let's make it fun. Let's have it reverse, or go out backwards.
Oh, Lord.
Now, what's interesting about this one, it had a double loading station. So, like, it had two trains, and then one would go out, shoot off, and then,
The other one would go back in
Right.
and out.
So, you're sitting there, and of course, getting back to the whole overheating thing, this one broke down as we were in line.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I think we had the people that were in there, in the train, and we were next. They had to get those people out, and then,
Oh, man.
so, but we decided to wait, and went on it. It was fun. It was a little forceful, nothing too over the top, but like if you like her and you don't like going backwards, then you do
Don't
not
want
need
to
to ride
do
this
it.
ride.
Yeah.
Because it does its little thing, and then you do it all forwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's got like it goes up and does a top hat maneuver and goes away and then comes back through and does everything.
See, I think my main thing was the whole. I have made it very clear I am not a big fan of Wicked Twister at Cedar Point. Reason being is that just the whole going backwards really fast and not seeing where you're going kind of situation is, to me, just I just did not like it. I got so sick afterwards. So if you're like shooting out backwards, I'm sitting here going no, nope.
So next one on this list is the new Texas Giant,
Oh boy.
which we've already talked about. But like I said, I wasn't feeling too great. Mind you, when we finally rode it, It was the third time we had tried to ride it.
Because it kept breaking down during the day.
During the day, and it was it was the last roller coaster we rode, so I'd already had a day full of
Flips and turns.
right. I just probably wasn't in the right frame of mind to ride it, but
But you did it anyways.
yeah. So it is I think it's a B&M hybrid. I think that's who made it. I'm not sure though. Basically, wooden frame but steel track.
Okay.
Much.
And BMM is the one that's done the Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point.
So yeah, I think it was B&M that did it.
So.
I mean, looking back on it, it was a good ride. Kind of grayed out at one point.
Actually, Steel Vengeance is RMC.
Is it
Rocky
RM?
Mount.
Oh,
Rocky
I
Mountain
thought.
Coaster.
I thought.
Wait, maybe it is RMC.
It's RMC.
Okay, yeah, RMC may have done.
Okay.
I'm sure there's gonna be somebody
They've
on there
been
that's like.
they've been basically the ones that have been doing all the hybrids.
Okay, so they were the ones who did it.
So
Okay. I'm familiar with B&M. I don't know why I thought.
they're typically the ones that make the newer coasters, but the hybrids have been coming from Rocky Mountain.
So the next one on the list is called Pandemonium. Basically, you have two people here, two people here facing each other. Go up, and you spin the entire ride. It was fun.
Six Flags likes to be ones that like to really mess with your vertigo. I noticed.
Yeah. I have ridden a roller coaster kind of like it, called the Primeval Whirl at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
And I actually prefer Pandemonium over that one.
Okay.
Because it seemed like, and I don't know if it was because you were spinning the whole time, it seemed more fluid.
Oh, okay.
So, then, let's see. Okay, Runaway Mine Train, the other one, if you've been on any Runaway Mine Train, you've been on this one. I mean, they're all.
Yeah, all the
Kinda
mine
same.
trains are all the same.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Basically, they go out and you know do some turns and whatnot, some bunny hills, blah blah blah.
Right.
Do a quick vortex and go right back into the station. That's
Yeah.
pretty much.
Next one is Shockwave. It was fun. It's what it's known for. It's right next to the highway,
Oh, okay.
and it has a double loop that's right by the highway.
Oh, okay.
So it was an older type of steel coaster, but it was still relatively smooth. The
Kind of like Raptor.
the loops had some force to them.
Okay. I use a lot of Cedar Point references. I noticed.
Well, it helps that I've been to Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Let's see. They had a Superman Tower of Power, but we did not do that because it just shoots up and goes down. I mean,
That's it. Yeah.
that's at any park that you go
Yeah,
to now.
but any power towers are pretty much the same. You either, get shot up or you get dropped down. So.
Right. Okay, hold on a second. Talk about something. I gotta.
Trying to think. I'll leave that. I
think
can always edit it here.
I think
so.
I may have misspoken about something.
He's going through his list here.
Okay, the one that I was talking about that went backwards and everything, I said it was the Joker, right?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, that's what. Because the way it's got it here, it threw me off for a second.
Okay, it does it by the T and the and not
Right.
by the J in the Joker.
Well, I couldn't remember because they've got the Joker and then they've got the Riddler's Revenge, and I couldn't remember which.
Okay.
Yeah,
The Riddler's Revenge is the one that messes with.
that's the Riddler.
Okay,
This
it's
is
it's like Max Air at Cedar Point.
Yeah.
It's big giant turnaround swing and just.
See if I can find some details about this one. Next one is Titan, and it was a hyper coaster that was really fun. And it's not going to give me. Oh, wait. Elevation is 245 feet. Built in 2001.
Hypercoaster, for those who've been to Cedar Point, is the best one to explain it by would probably be Millennium Force.
Yep. Really tall, no loot, no inversions, but fun as hell.
Lots of turns.
Yep. Top speed was 85 miles per hour.
Okay.
This one I kind of blacked out on.
Lovely.
Yeah. It was like, me and my after we got off, we were talking. He's like, I think that's the first one that I've actually like almost blacked out on. I was like, I had some medical issues, in the past, and I was like, yeah, I've blacked out before, and that was a feeling I had. So it was fun. It was a good ride. That was early in the day too. I think the first time that we tried to ride Texas Giant, because they were kind of close together, after we decided to get out along there, we were like, well, let's just go for Titan.
Yeah.
So knocked it out there. I don't feel like it's right, but apparently that's off the roller coasters.
That's everything.
That's everything.
So, probably the next best question to ask would be, if somebody's like, well, hey, do you recommend going to Six Flags over Texas? The answer would be
Yes.
okay.
Um,
And definitely buy pass if you can afford it.
right. Now, I don't know. Now, granted, we did go on a weekend day. You might be able to go on a weekday and not need the fast pass.
Most, you could say that about some of the.
Right, everywhere. Really.
Yeah.
And of course, it depends on what time of year you go. What time of year you go.
Which text
I don't think that Six Flags. I'm not positive. I don't think it's open year round. It may be. I know the one in Georgia. I don't think it is.
Oh, because they deal with the ice.
Right.
There, Dallas is kind of you play by fire. There, you either they don't have any winter weather, or they they deal with the ice and everything.
I will say, if you do ever go, and you're going in the summer, be prepared that the rides will close down.
Yep.
Throughout the day.
That heat, man, it does it. It does it everywhere. I mean, anywhere you get over, I would say 80 degrees, you're gonna deal with that.
And while we were there waiting for Pandemonium, we talked to one of the team members, I guess is what they call them, or whatever, and he was saying that the Gotham City area was getting ready to go under refurb.
Oh, okay.
That's right, because the Batman ride actually had a loose bolt or something.
Ooh.
that they were fixing, and they ended up opening it that afternoon.
Yeah.
But he said the Gotham City area needs some attention, and I think they were working at the time. They were working on the Harley Quinn ride, and I think once they got done with that, they were gonna give it some attention.
Okay.
So, because that's also the area that had the most breakdowns. Because I know Freeze broke down at least a few times. Batman had its issues. Joker broke down at least 3 times.
Jeez.
Because when we were getting on Pandemonium, they announced that Joker was down. So.
And see, I know, like, at least with Six Flags, they do the announcements over their sound system and whatnot. Cedar Point's actually gotten now to a point where they put it on their app.
Right, yeah.
So
that's how Disney does it. So.
Yeah. Which is nice.
Right. Yeah.
It makes it for nice, so.
Because if you're at one side of the park and want to go to the other, and that ride is closed,
you'll be pissed when you get to the other side of the park and it's.
I walked over here for nothing. Which I have done before. So.
Yeah, right on. Alright, so we'll kind of go from Texas to Florida. You got to go spend some time here in the last.
October of last year, went to Disney World, and now granted, even since the last time I've been, they've added stuff.
Right.
They're constantly.
They're never ending,
Right.
just adding and subtracting and.
But I did get to go see their Pandora area. Their
See, I'm jealous of that
Avatar
one.
And possibly the best ride on Disney property.
Yeah, and of course we're big fans of we're all pretty much big fans of the Tim Tracker. We got to
Right.
see Tracker do the Pandora, which is better known as the Avatar ride.
Mhm.
You get into like this like cycle thing, and you leaning in like
Was-
you're actually at like you're actually getting into
And
the
what's
Avatar
really
world.
like it's like you're riding a motorcycle, but the way that they strap your legs in, like they come under, and so your legs are against the seat or whatever, and it breathes. Like you can feel the Avatar
Oh,
breathing.
okay.
And that's really cool. Like you go in, they have a line of 8 cycles. Then you go around the side, they have 8 there. They all share one screen.
Okay.
So, granted, when I rode it, it's pretty much in the middle. So I don't know if really
How it's like
Yeah.
on the outsides.
right. But it now I did go into it. Never have watched the movie. Still haven't watched it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't watched the Avatar movies either yet.
But just the sights and everything, it was beautiful.
It was really cool.
The queue was really cool too.
I keep hearing that.
Like once you get inside, it's great. Like granted, the outside part, but once you get inside, you go through like it's almost like a warehouse setting. And
Okay.
but it's got like technology from them or whatever, and in the last big room, it's got the Navi animatronic
Okay.
that's like submerged in water, and so that's really cool. The other ride in that area was the Navi River Journey. We managed to get a fast pass for that one, and I'm really glad we did because I was not impressed with it. It's a beautiful ride, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But the boats go too fast.
Oh, so you can't really enjoy.
You don't have enough time to look at everything because they got something going on over here, something going on over there. Then it's just
Is that the one with the guys in the front of the boat making like really weird jokes during the entire
No.
time? Okay.
no, it's just they're really short boats. I think it's like 2 rows, and you're going.
Oh, okay.
You might be thinking of the Great Movie Ride.
I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of.
You're thinking,
No,
you're
Jungle
thinking-
Jungle Cruise.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's
Jungle
Jungle
Cruise is what I'm
Cruise,
thinking
yeah.
of.
Yeah, that's always a classic.
See, I haven't been to Disney since I was 12, so like so much has changed.
You know what's fun is because I've been to Disney at Christmas time, and
Oh, I'm so jealous.
they do the Jingle Cruise.
Oh.
That's fun too, because all the jokes and puns get turned to Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, reason we went in October this last time was because we've been Christmas, we've been summer, haven't been spring, which I want to do at some point.
Do the Easter.
Do the Easter thing.
Yeah.
Big reason we wanted to go October was everything was Halloween at Magic Kingdom.
See, that'd be cool.
Epcot had the Food and Wine Festival going on.
Oh. But if anybody doesn't know about the Food and Wine Festival, you really need to look that one up.
Yes, yes. Very fun.
That is, that's one of those things that, if you are even remotely a whiny, like, and I'm talking like you like to try different kinds of wines and whatnot, that's the time to go.
Or a foodie.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had some really good food.
See, I never, like I said, I was 12 years old when last time I went out to Disney, and we did Magic Kingdom one day and Epcot the next, and it all blurs together for me.
I think we did, so when we went, we did 1 day at Animal Kingdom, 1 day at Hollywood Studios, 2 days at Magic Kingdom, and 2 days at Epcot.
Okay.
Because, like, with Magic Kingdom, anytime you go, you really need 2 full days to get everything done.
Yeah.
Um,
And we only had that
Right.
weekend because we were down during my dad's 2 weeks active duty in Jacksonville.
Right.
So
with Epcot, because of the time of year with the Food and Wine Festival going on, we wanted to do 2 days.
right, yeah.
So we got down there the first day. We went to Hollywood Studios, which, I mean, it's not a lot better now, but at the time it was like a shell of a park because I think they had like 4 rides.
They've been redoing a lot of stuff there in Hollywood.
They're doing a lot of construction. They just opened Toy Story Land, but
Yep.
they were still working on it when we went.
Isn't that where? No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Universal with Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
Right?
that's,
Yeah.
When we went, they had just closed Great Movie Ride because they're redoing it.
Yep.
Gonna make it a different attraction.
Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Yep. Which, eh.
I don't know. It's supposed to be a trackless ride.
I just don't know how they're gonna do that.
It's supposed to be a trackless ride. I've seen Disney's trackless rides, and I've seen it from Disneyland Paris. They had a Ratatouille one,
Yeah.
and I actually liked it.
Supposedly, that's coming to Florida too.
Yeah,
And
more interested in the Tron coaster though.
I'm so ready for that. I just want to go to Disney just to do the Tron coaster.
I just,
Cause I seen that from Tokyo, Japan.
and this is one of my things I kind of hope, and I just kind of hope they kind of get rid of the Tomorrowland Speedway to build the Tron coaster.
See,
No,
no, it's a
it's
totally
actually
different area.
behind it.
Yeah.
Well, but if you're on the Tron coaster, you're going to be smelling the Tomorrowland Speedway, because that
And that's a heavy gas smell, if I
Yeah.
remember right.
yeah, if you were anywhere near that speedway, you smell it.
You think they'd go electrical there after a
Either
while?
that or theme it to electric, go
Yeah.
electric with it. But let's see, Hollywood Studios. Who I was with, we had to go see the Beauty and the Beast live stage show.
Which, stage shows are at Disney World, they're nice to kind of sit back and watch.
They're nice to get out of the heat,
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it was good. Just,
See, like,
it was Beauty and the Beast.
once again, I was 12 and I went and saw the Disney Afternoon show. So
I remember that one.
Tailspin, Chip and Dale, Darkwing Duck.
Then they've also got Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, which is really cool. We didn't get to do it this time, but next time I go, I'm going to try because they pick out members of the audience to be part of it.
Oh, okay.
I want to be a part of that. And I think they've got a Little Mermaid show, but I've never seen it. I've never been to it.
Don't even remember.
I've heard about it, so. And then, of course, did Tower of Terror. I did, because the last time we went to do Tower of Terror, the previous trip, the person I was with blacked out on it, passed out on it. So I was like, no, I'm not going to let you ride that again.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that.
Did Rock and Roller Coaster. That one's fun.
That's the one you can play any kind of music, right?
No. This
No?
is the Aerosmith one.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of Rip Ride Rockit at Universal.
Yeah.
That's the one
That's the one that if I ever get over there, I would literally start looking up codes just to see, what I can find.
Right. Which I've been to Universal and I've ridden Rip Ride Rockit. I have not been to Universal in quite a while.
Okay.
And I have not been since they've opened the Harry Potter part.
Which that's my goal. That's a
Right.
goal right there. Which, if I get a chance, my father took a trip. I think it was about a year ago, or no, it was it was about a year ago because he had to have neck surgery shortly after this, and he went and did Universal and was riding coasters and all this stuff, and yeah, he got to go to Harry Potter. I'm so jealous, but I have a time turner from there, so I'm good.
So let's see, what other... Oh, we did Star Tours at Hollywood Studios. Basically, Star Wars Motion Simulator. That's all
Yeah.
it is. We did... That may have actually been all, because we got there kind of in the afternoon, because that was the day we got there and checked into our hotel.
Okay.
And everything. So we went and watched Fantasmic, which is their nighttime show. And it's a really good show. it has its own like amphitheater for it.
Okay.
So it's like a nighttime skit slash laser slash water,
Yeah, I know.
like water spray.
Yeah, where they put
Slash fireworks.
where they put like images on the
Scenes, yeah.
spray,
Right.
which is so cool. I think that is an awesome thing, and I think more people should do that.
And
but
then at the end, the big boat comes around and has all the
characters on it. Yep.
So, and what's awesome is like driving the boat is Steamboat Willie,
Oh,
which is somebody you've never seen in the parts.
right.
So, so that was all the studios. Let's see, Animal Kingdom. Let's see. I think pretty sure first thing we did was the Kilimanjaro Safari, which if you go to Animal Kingdom, Safari is the first thing you want to do because
Yeah.
it's the first thing in the morning. The animals are all out.
Yeah.
They're
Everybody's out after eating their breakfast,
right.
and
We're still eating breakfast in
Yeah.
some cases. Our truck actually got stopped by a couple giraffes, and we had to wait for them to move.
oh, that's cool.
Like that's how open it is. The animals, some of the animals are just walking wherever. What's neat is when you get to the lion area, like all you see is little rock formation or whatever, and then the lines are over here. What you don't see is between the two rock formations, there's like a 20-foot drop.
Oh, okay. Keep the lions in
Right.
that bay.
Yeah. That was cool. The elephants were nice. Then, let's see, there was zebras on there. There was rhinoceroses, alligators. Which, at one point, you go over a bridge, and we got to talking to a cast member, and they said, on that bridge, they are not allowed to stop.
Oh.
If something does happen where a kid or somebody falls off or whatever, they are not allowed to stop or do anything. They have to go because the alligators that are below are taught anything that goes in the water or goes down there is food.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. We heard that, we're like, oh.
Heard that next one, everybody kind of slid in first.
A little bit further into the center of the car.
Right. And when we were on there, some family had their kid who kept standing up, and because our driver or whatever was doing a really good job, they were stopping, kind of explaining stuff and everything. And at one point, she was like, "Okay, boy in the whatever shirt," said, "If you stand up again, I will not be able to stop anymore." Everybody kind of turned around and looked at.
What did the mom say? Grow up, little.
Yeah, well, I don't know that the parents understood what the driver was saying.
Oh, okay.
So, language barrier,
Yeah.
that happens a lot in Florida.
Yes, it does. Because, well, let's call it what it is. Disney World is indeed a world class. Everybody around the world wants to go there
Right.
at least once. So
It's a bucket list item.
yeah.
So, what else? There was Expedition Everest, which is another roller coaster. Pretty fun. I think we actually did it 3 times that day,
That's cool.
because we'll get to it later. We did it twice at night.
Expedition Everest is the one with the Yeti.
Yes. It's the one that if you've looked up anything on YouTube, it's the one that goes up, the track's like broken or whatever, and you go backwards.
For a little bit.
For a little bit, then you go backwards. I think, when you go backwards, after you go down into it, the backwards part is all inside.
Yeah.
All in darkness. But Emily said it's a fun ride. Then it's got a nice, interesting queue too, because it's like all set to Everest hiking trip.
That's the only thing you can say about Disney is they don't make anything really like boring.
There's nothing bland. everything is themed to the teeth, and you know,
So I think some theme parks could really learn from that.
Six Flags.
I'm looking at you, Cedar Point.
Well,
Their
no,
theming has not been bad. Their thing is they don't do a lot of indoor.
right.
My main thing right now with it is it used to be with Cedar Point they would actually provide music. Now it's all TV'd, and you get some songs, and then you get like some of these trivia things. They try and make it interactive,
Right.
but at the same time though they've lost that aspect of because they still have the DJ booth set up there after all this time. They haven't had DJs in the better part of I think 5 years,
Yeah.
5-6 years. So.
Oh,
Now, I got a question about real quick though. Going back to Six Flags though, in the lines, did they actually have the spray fans going? 'Cause that's something Cedar Point's got.
On some of them, I think.
Okay. Because I think those spray fans are one of the most creative. Like,
Oh yeah. And I don't think Disney World has them, but SeaWorld does.
okay.
I think Universal might too. It's been years since I've been to either one of those parks though, so.
There's
But-
also a lot of coverage in some of the queues at Disney too. So.
Actually, for the most part, yeah. I've heard that the queue for the new Slinky Dog Coaster at Hollywood Studios, there's not.
Oh, yeah.
it's an indoor outdoor. You start pretty much outside with it, and then as you get closer to the front, it becomes a fully covered.
But then the ride itself is all outdoor.
Yeah.
So let's see. Everest. Just kind of going over. There is Finding Nemo the musical,
Really.
which is arguably one of top 3 shows that they do.
Okay.
It's Broadway style.
Ooh.
Granted, it is a 40-minute show.
You could be there for a while.
You can be there for when we went with my nephew, though, I mean, we were thinking it's a long time because he was 2 at the time.
Okay.
We're like, it's a long time for him to be sitting in one spot. He loved it. So, because they have at one point, they come through the audience and interact.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it is a musical. There's a lot of singing, but it's really enjoyable. It's definitely a great thing for families to do.
One thing I've always wanted to do is do the interactive crush.
Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yes.
That's at Epcot. And
Okay.
That is fun. And if you take a small child, you will want to hurt said small child by the end of the day, because one of the things that they do at the end of that, after they get done talking, the person speaking his crush is like, okay, dudes and dudettes, all day, gotta talk like crush.
Oh no.
Gotta say dude and John. And after we did that, like, the rest of the day, we kept hearing it.
Dude.
So, but,
I'm a big Crush fan though, so
alright.
I was the one that was upset when Jocelyn was a little one. I was planning out all that. I wanted to do Nemo. I could not find a Crush doll, and I was heartbroken.
Oh,
He's here now. But
yeah. Let's see. So after Nemo, go a little bit.
Excuse me.
There's their Dino Land USA, I think is the area that it's called.
Okay.
Which right now they've got something going on called Donald's Dino Bash, and basically they've got the Disney characters dressed up as dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Which
That
is-
one I'm definitely gonna try and I'm gonna put some footage up because it's actually I've seen footage of it. It's really cool.
The Chip and Dale dressed up as dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I mean, But as far as rides, because that's also where they have their kiddie area,
Yeah.
playground. But the rides, they've got Dinosaur, which is like a
That's not our dinosaur.
you sit in a vehicle and you go and it moves, and it's not a 3D or anything. It's a
Okay.
dark ride.
Okay.
But it's really fun. It can be rough at times, but
Mm.
because it was one. I want to say it was one of the originals that was there in the park.
That wouldn't surprise me any.
I think because I remember it from years ago.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember Disney not being much of in a way of coasters.
Right.
And just within the last, like, decade or so, things have started.
I mean, they've kind of have to.
Yeah.
But
Because Universal moved in next door. And
also in that area, there's the Primeval World that I was talking about,
okay.
which I call it the Primeval Hurl because it's that rough, and especially the way they have it sit, the way they have you sit. If you're two people and they sit you in one side, it's just not fun.
Oh, man.
Then over, you've got, of course, Pandora, and then you've got my favorite show that they do on Disney property, Festival of the Lion King.
Ooh.
It is just, some people don't care for it because essentially, I mean, they do tell the story of the Lion King, but it's not like you're watching a stage version of the movie.
Okay.
It's like a celebration.
Okay.
The characters are there and everything, but they add so much different stuff to it.
Alright. Sounds like fun.
Oh yeah. It's been one of my favorites ever since the first time I saw it. Then as far as food goes, we tried the quick service in Pandora, Satuli Canteen, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
We got the cheeseburger pods, and one thing we had heard is that they tasted like a McDonald's cheeseburger, and we were like, okay. So we got 'em.
Challenge accepted.
And I can honestly say they taste like a McDonald's cheeseburger. It's like a McDonald's cheeseburger without the bun. It's just wrapped in a flour tortilla thing.
Okay.
It's-
That sounds so good.
It is actually really good.
I'm sitting there going, can I duplicate that here?
So, without getting into too much detail, was celebrating on the trip. So we got 2 free cupcakes. there,
Okay.
And they were like with the blue icing and stuff.
Oh, alright.
They were really good, especially because they were free.
It got to meet a lot of characters.
Oh yeah.
I know you got to meet Merida.
got to
Because
meet.
you guys went to the trip.
Yeah, that was at Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
I got to meet Merida. The one person that I really wanted to meet that we did not get to meet was Alice, because the trip before that, she was our best interaction.
Okay.
So this time we didn't. We.
And for those who don't know, Disney is really big on the character interactions.
Yes.
Like, to the point where they have like dance parties and things going on all day. So.
We withstood a monsoon to meet Belle. Not my choice.
I was
but
gonna say I already know whose choice that was.
And yeah, it's funny because she was like, "We don't have to do this." I'm like, "No,
We
this is
don't?
one person I told you that you were going to meet. We're doing this."
Damnable heights.
So
Which I'm not even gonna lie, I probably would have done the same. So.
yeah, well, like we had walked up on it and they had already cut the line off, and they're like, "If you come back at this time, they said if you can manage to get here 15 to 20 minutes beforehand, that you be first in line, whatever." I think we got there 30 minutes beforehand. And we didn't really have it. It was one of those times where it wasn't enough time to, like a period of time where too much time to do nothing or whatever, but not enough time to do something else and come back
Yeah.
to it.
Okay.
So we're like, we'll just get in line and just wait and everything. And then the rain came, and
And it poured.
thankfully we had ponchos.
Yeah. Those
'Cause
help.
it was quite windy too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because it's Florida and it's October and
right.
it's
No, just because it's Florida.
yeah.
That happens year round.
Well, I was gonna say, and I mean, you still got the hurricane season kind of starting to end.
Right.
I mean, I've seen hurricanes go all the way up until Thanksgiving time. So
Yeah, they've. But so let's see. Okay, talked about Animal Kingdom. Oh, food at Hobbit Studios. We did not eat at Hobbit Studios, I don't think.
you said your time in Hollywood was short though because
It was like
was it
6
really anything
hours.
going
It was
on?
like 6 or 7 hours.
Okay,
I think we got a snack or something, but
that was about it.
yeah, at the time there was no restaurants that we were like wanted to go to.
Yeah.
So we were like, we can just stop and get something on the way back to the resort and be fine. Animal Kingdom, we ate there. Then we ate at Flame Tree Barbecue, and we got the barbecue sampler plate and shared it between us.
And that was good.
It had turkey, pork,
Ooh.
not turkey, sorry, chicken, pork, something else.
Okay.
It was pretty good. It was a lot of food.
Oh, I'm sure.
Um,
And it was a sampler place. So
and it was only like 18 something, 18 bucks.
that's not bad.
No,
It's
it
not
was-
bad at all.
No, it was well worth the value. You right?
Yeah, Spack's just.
So, Epcot, home of the glorious food.
Once again, that was the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah. The rides there's not much in the way of rides. There's Spaceship Earth, Test Track, Mission Space, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, which also has Turtle Talk.
Yep.
Living with the Land, and Soarin'.
And then there's a lot of like sit down things where like I know like the Hall of Presidents is always.
That's Magic Kingdom.
Is that no? I thought Hall of Presidents was Epcot.
No.
American Adventures Epcot.
Oh, okay.
Hall of Presidents is
I guess I for some strange reason like my brain is saying hey but I know like there's quite a bit like a lot of like little sit down areas.
well, okay, so Epcot's got, when you first walk in, it's got Future World.
Yeah.
Well, I should say Future World.
Isn't EO in?
EO was in Future World.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain EO.
Which I love EO.
Oh, they've also got Journey into Imagination, which best way I can describe it is a acid trip. The original ride they had in it, I really liked.
What was
The original ride was, I mean, it was still Journey to Imagination. It was just a different attraction.
Okay.
A
It was
different.
John Cleese,
No. Had the Dream Finder and.
Figment.
But. And what's funny is, like, when you're in the queue for it, they've got pictures of, like, the doctors, whatever. Robin Williams is on one from Flubber.
Oh.
I was like, that's a nice little nod.
Right.
But basically, it's a ride that centers around the figment of imagination.
Yep.
And it's got all those smells and sights and sounds, all that stuff.
That's so cool.
Then I think that's all the rides, and feels like all the rides. I know that they're building a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Yep.
Oh, because where Ellen's Universe of Energy used to be.
Okay.
Which I was completely okay with them getting rid of that ride because it was a 40-minute ride.
Jeez.
And anymore, it got to the point where it was like a save our Earth kind of.
Oh yeah.
So had Bill Nye the Science Guy in it, and Ellen, and it was the weirdest. Like, it did a movie, and then you looked at dinosaurs, and never.
trying to remember some of Epcot too.
Well, then it's got the pavilions, like the World Showcase
Yeah.
after Future World. And there were some of the food booths that were in Future World, but primarily the most of them were in
In the
World
showcases.
Showcase because they were from other countries. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Which, like I said, if you don't get it, if you get an opportunity, that's a dream.
We went to, let's see, I'm trying to think just some of the dishes that we did. Oddly enough, the American one had a lobster roll that was really good.
Okay.
Canada had like the restaurant in Canada is known for its cheddar cheese soup,
Okay.
and so they had like a bread bowl version of it that was really good. There was some of the things were okay, but weren't worth the price that they were charging for
Oh
them
yeah.
because of the portion size. There was a fried chicken dish that had cornbread with it and gravy. That
Okay.
was amazing. Me being from the South,
It's
fried chicken.
I mean, we've heard stories of some people that had issues trying to find, like there's some places in and around there that they just get food and it's just like this really sucks, but man, not this.
What's funny is the cornbread on there was northern cornbread,
Okay.
sweet cornbread.
Yeah.
Which I think I like northern cornbread more than I do. So, but it was like just the tastes together.
Yeah.
Like the gravy, the chicken, and the cornbread all went well together, really well. They had some good drinks there. Don't remember what all I got. I got a few. They were, but I mean, again, they were, 6-ounce pours.
I was gonna
6-ounce
say
pours.
shots of.
Yeah. What I did like about the American Pavilion, they had a local brewery plate. Like,
See, and that's that brings attention to their local,
right.
What's around the
They
area,
also-
not just Disney. It's Orlando, Kissimmee.
And then they had one booth that was strictly Florida.
Ooh, okay,
Like all, like their beers, their foods, everything came from Florida.
okay.
So that was nice to see. And then, sure, there's other food that we got. Just looking back now, I'm trying to think about it.
But it's just the overall experience of the of the showcases
And some of the
all
pavilions,
foods.
some of the pavilions, the Morocco Pavilion, literally you walk back there and you feel like you're in the Moroccan
Morocco,
alley.
yeah,
Which
which is so cool.
We tried to spend time in all of the pavilions. Japan and China, we didn't spend as much time in there. Just Japan has the huge gift shop.
Okay.
So we did that. But other than that, we didn't spend much time in there. Mexico has the Three Caballeros ride.
Yeah,
They've also got 2 restaurants in there.
I just remember what we forgot to do.
Oh yeah, I'll look it up when we
Yeah.
get home. And then they've got a tequila bar there too.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Then, see, next to Mexico is Norway, which has the
I remember that being a culture shock when I went through, because you go through the World Showcase and all of a sudden you go from Mexico to Norway.
well now
So different.
Now you kind of go from Mexico to Arendelle.
Oh yeah.
Frozen's kind of taking it over.
No, I'm not surprised.
They have
Considering that's basically Arendelle.
yeah, they have now. Granted, their gift shop is still Norway.
Yeah.
But it does sell frozen merchandise too.
Not surprised.
That's where they've got the Anna and Elsa meet and greet now. They've got the Frozen ride, which is it's a nice little ride.
Yeah.
Then they've got a quick service location over there. I think that's about it.
Okay.
then
So it's so hard to remember. I mean,
I was
it's
trying to
been
remember
a while
the
ago.
I'm trying to
and-
remember the order. And
Yeah.
I
Well,
used to,
I mean, everybody can, literally just go online, look
Right,
everything
yeah.
up, and
so the
but
next
I
one,
mean, you guys had a blast there, and
yeah, next one is Germany. 'Cause it's,
yeah,
see, Mexico, Norway. In no particular order: Germany, Italy, China, USA, Japan, Morocco, France, England, Canada.
okay,
Which I've heard they're going to build another pavilion. Really hoping for Australia
that would be cool.
or Brazil, either one of those two.
That would be cool. So
Let's see. Germany has. They've got the Werther's. Not Werther. Yeah. One of their candy shops.
okay,
It's got really good caramel popcorn.
ooh, ooh.
That was one of our favorite snacks. But also the lines for that sweet shop can get very long.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's good stuff. That's
Right.
why. So
They've also got the beer garden restaurant.
and see, and like you said, once again, Magic Kingdom 2 days, Epcot definitely 2 days.
Yeah.
I don't recommend what I did, which was Magic Kingdom 1 day, Epcot the second day, because I no longer had speed. I call it the Epcot Death March,
Right.
basically, when you have to do it in 24, in the time limit of 1 day. It's just not viable for anybody.
No. And then, I was trying to think. Like I said, America had the American Adventure. The American Pavilion has gotten a lot of flack for its food service. It's a quick service restaurant
Oh.
that does not. I mean, we're a very diverse country
Yeah.
with lots of different food styles.
Yeah. Quick service is definitely one of those.
Quick service, you get a burger, hot dog, or pizza, or
That's-
chicken tenders. That's it.
Wow.
It's very lackluster, and the food is not that great either.
Yeah, and that's where I've
Yeah.
always heard.
Yeah. So, now the show, the show is great.
Yeah.
One thing that, if you get there early, they have a group called the Voices of Liberty that come out, and they're a acapella group.
Yeah.
And phenomenal.
There's never nothing going on there for
Right.
sure.
Right. So, we did that and got to hear them, and
I think I remember the Voices of Liberty.
yeah, and then, I want to say that group Voctave, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
They were all used to be members
Okay. Okay.
of,
Which is why they get away with doing all the Disney.
yep. So, then, see, America, Italy has a pizza place, an Italian restaurant, gift shop, some other stuff. Doesn't have a ride or anything.
A lot of them are just straight pavilions.
Right. Pizza place is okay. I mean, it was good. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to the Italian place before and it was good. Let's see. Then,
So it's one of those things where certain locations, like the Americans, just for some reason bad quick service, crappy food, dried out
Right.
food is actually what I've heard most of all, especially
Yeah.
with the chicken tenders. When you go to these other places and they get to sit down restaurants,
mhm.
that's when everything's fine attention to details
Right.
and
Then, the Morocco, it's a beautiful pavilion. There's an Aladdin meet and greet in there. Aladdin and Jasmine.
okay,
But there's no, it's just all gift shops and
no
a
rides.
bar. And, yeah, there's no rides, no shows or anything like that.
See, Epcot's really stepped up their game now as far as like it did. I don't remember besides Future World. I think there was maybe one or two rides that I remember through the the showcase, and the rest of it was just try to get an ambiance of what the other worlds were, what the other
There's
countries were
still only
like.
2 rides in World Showcase.
Okay.
Mexico and Norway.
Okay.
Because
Three Caballeros is in Mexico.
Three Caballeros is in Mexico. Frozen Ever After is in Norway. America has the American Adventure Show. China has a show that's like a 360-degree screen
Okay.
thing. Canada has a show like that.
Everything is pretty much just show.
Right.
Of course, but though, Epcot's big thing is their nighttime fireworks display with
Right. Illuminations is one of my favorites. There's a rumor it'll be going away soon.
so stupid.
Well, it's been there for 18 years.
Yeah, but still, it's,
I mean,
to me,
it's kind of time for it, but
well, I mean, even, if they change it up, that's one thing, but, to not have a nighttime show at all.
oh no, there's talk of them replacing it.
Yeah.
So
See, because it was something completely different when I went. Like I
Well-
said, that was, and you're talking, I was 12, so
Right.
I'm, 20 years graduating from high school. You're looking at 26, almost 30 years right
Right.
there. So I just aged myself.
let's see. France and England pavilions are they're both really great. England has live entertainment a lot of times.
Yeah.
So that's fun. They've even no, I think they took it out. At one point, they had a blue telephone box.
little nod to
Yeah,
the Whovian universe there.
but I think they had to take because they had red ones and they had blue ones. They had to take them out for some reason.
Well, I think I know why for the red one. You watched the Harry Potter series. One of the things to transport into the magic, the Ministry of Magic was the red telephone box.
Yeah,
So
okay.
people were probably being really stupid about that.
Yeah.
So
So then they've got gift shops. There is
gift shops up the wazoo.
there's a pub in the England pavilion.
That's not surprising.
Well, the UK pavilion.
Yeah.
Because it represents Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and England.
UK. Yeah.
France pavilion has a little mock Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. I remember that.
They have a really, really good bakery in France.
Not surprised. They are known for their bread, after all.
Yeah. Then Canada so it doesn't have, it has a little show, but it's got a very beautiful garden area.
Okay.
The pavilion itself, not much to it, but they really went all out with the landscaping.
Yeah.
And the totem poles. too.
Okay.
So yeah, that's World Showcase.
There you go. So, of course, Disney, obviously, anybody who has ever been to Disney will say, you gotta go to Disney. It's a freaking, what's the list called? The,
Bucket list?
bucket list.
Yeah.
Things you must do, you
Yeah.
know.
Not granted, Disney World Vacation is very expensive. Very.
You stayed in the resorts, one of the
No.
resorts. No, you stayed outside in the Kissimmee area?
Stayed outside because the way it worked out, my parents had a timeshare.
Oh, okay, that's
off
right,
property,
that's right.
So we didn't have to pay for a place to stay.
So, obviously, there are deals that you stay in one of the resorts
Right.
and whatnot. And you can
Getting-
get some early stuff
Right.
in and whatnot with all of their. With everything that is Disney, and Disney's expanded extremely, like huge, in the last 20 years, at least. Because it used to be just once upon a time, it just used to be Magic Kingdom, then it just became Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Now it's Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood, Animal Kingdom.
Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, Disney Springs.
It just keeps growing.
And I mean, Disney Springs used to be downtown Disney, which used to be just meh.
Yeah.
But now they have just completely renovated that area.
Yeah, now there's really good shops, really good food.
Really good food there now.
Of course, you get some of your Disney, like the Disney, one mini Disney store that they have in there where you can
Walt
find
Disney?
where you can find all like the discount items that they're starting to get rid of out of the.
So that's. I don't think they have one of those at Disney Springs. I think because there's 2 outlets that are in Orlando,
Okay.
and they both have a Disney outlet store.
Okay.
Um,
So, but yeah, I mean, so obviously, obviously it's a bucket list.
right.
So, all right, well.
I saw you kept looking at your watch. I was like, it must be late.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're, obviously, this is going to stay up here up until I get the chance to really edit this and
Okay.
whatnot. We're going to move it over to YouTube eventually. Eventually going to do this again here soon. Probably within the next year, because God only knows what the hell else is going to happen.
Yeah.
The way things have been going the past year.
Maybe at some point we can figure out a way to do on Skype where.
There's a way to do it. I just got to figure it all out, because my program does record too, so.
Okay.
But yeah, all right, guys. So that's gonna wrap it up for this one,
Yep.
and yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
If you're watching on YouTube,
Like,
like the video, subscribe, hit the bell.
yeah, hit the bell, comment. Hey, we like comments. We like to interact with people.
Yeah. Maybe some days.
Of course, more video games, more vlogs, more.
Random stuff.
Yeah. In fact, I still have yet to edit my basketball video from last winter, so so much more stuff coming up on the Havoc 2K17 Productions page. Until then, see you guys on the flip side.